Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Tannehill. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here's Tannehill. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Let's go.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Throwing now, Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the...
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Gino's going to throw. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Well, this is something that Pete Carroll should be pretty familiar with. Remember when he told Jim Harbaugh after losing a ball game and Harbaugh went for 2 late against him, hey, what's your deal? It's the same situation here. Now, I'd kick the extra point, but I am reminded that plenty of coaches feel like it's not their job to worry about the other team. It's their job to worry about their own team. You have to stop us.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. It'll be on. head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see.
The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the second-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about it being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 18 carries, 76 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Uchenna-Nwosu in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Taking it about the 36. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got a sight set on another big game right here.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked out, went in, and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Brooks. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump it for a loss of 8. And there they bring pressure inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. We talk about this Seahawk defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. This is taken at about the 14. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And out now come the Seahawks. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division. Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. On 1st down, it's Smith. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 8. And going right back to Walker. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 63 yards for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Running left is Walker. Brought down at the 20.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. 3rd and 5. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now Geno. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. He completes it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Well, that worked out perfectly. The holder took the ball and found his man wide open for a pass and a score on a fake. I love that play.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all total. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He'll take it at the 42. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Finn. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. On the move to his left. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 29. Allinson's all-time record 31. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Olszewski now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Pickett to throw on first down. He's got this to Pickens. Now inside the 25. George Pickens. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Folk. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Dwayne Eskridge. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
Surprised I knew he was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Walker with another carry.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Trying the left side with Walker. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Straight ahead, Walker.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Smith on 3rd down. Steps away to his left.
And Smith able to move the chains before sliding down.
5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
Running right, here's Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Escaping the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Hand off here to Walker. Well, he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
It'll be first and goal when we come back. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Here's Walker. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. On second down, it's Walker. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
They'll try the air now with Smith. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed,
Yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Looking to throw, Pickett. That's caught. Allen Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Ball start. Offense.
That flag accepts the offense up a little bit.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
Pickett back to throw. Completes this one to Pickens.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
3rd and inches.
Pickett right back to the air again.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to have it here just past the 25. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 26.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, time ago. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Got it here, 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Here's Pickett on 2nd down.
Complete. It's Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
But Pickett finding Johnson there. 1st down, Steelers. Here's Pickett. Again, it's Johnson.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
1st and 10. Here's Pickett.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Pickett will look to throw it here. And that one too wide and incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Dialing up another pass here. Pickett working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
To the air on first down with Pickett.
And the catch made by Johnson. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him right at the mid.
This game face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Steelers send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here, as this is toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory, as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So the victory here for Seattle. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Now here are the Seahawks in great shape to start their first drive. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but then...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Taken at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Now the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Now Murray off play action.
His throw incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
Now it's Lockett. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Again, it's Walker. And he's got it down to the 28. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year. 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off, their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get to a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
Second down, here's Charbonnet. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Walker. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with 4th down and 1. Smith keeps it on the sneak. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Geno Smith scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6
Yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. To throw, it's Murray. That one is caught by Hunt. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 1st down, Murray. That's over the middle, caught by Chosen. This 2nd and 4. Here's Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Dancing to his left. And he'll
take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, his 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Cards are back within a score.
Extra point good by Prater, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, it's Smith.
That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Zone coverage here defensively. They're going to let their tight end run a drag across the field. This is where a linebacker gets forced to pass him off. That time, the receiver gets lost a little bit, and he's able to make the catch and pick up good yardage in a first down.
Being chased out left. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Touchdown! Will Disley, 33 yards.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3.
Slowing down.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. That's into the hands of Chosen.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing on first down is Murray.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Out of the gun, here's Murray. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Murray now. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Returnable for Lockett. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have come to halftime.
Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up. Shy of the 40. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to Walker on first down. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 99 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep.
From the gun, here's Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's good for 28 yards. That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors run around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Geno Smith. A 6-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race. Now, this is end of the weekend in the NFC.
Well, here we sit, week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's Murray. Outright, caught by Chosen.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Oh, that's a tough one for a quarterback because on a bootleg, you turn your back to the defense naturally and you lose sight of the defenders for just a split second. And then, surprise, in this case, someone's right in his grill.
Prater's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Seahawks first down. That's the end of the third quarter of play.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. A give for Walker running right. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 123 yards rushing now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those master.
And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Tona now. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to... Look at this! Middle of the field, a breakaway! And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 42.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Murray going to throw. Now throw right side here going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Murray now on 1st down. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 7 at the Seahawks 28-yard line.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Murray going to fire one out wide. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle put more points on the board before the final gun.
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Here we go, here we go.
Smith going to throw it. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. To the air again, Smith. That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Smith now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Walker. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And Walker once more. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. Oh, I think the Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
He's got it at the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
Hey, let's go Wednesday, on Wednesday.
Gino's going to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Murray got his man. It's George.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's good.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for